So friends, on this, the last day of the E. Jean Carroll trial up in New York, Donald Trump's behavior can best be summed up with three words: defamation, disruption, and disrespect. But Donald Trump is about to pay dearly. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. Well friends, the E. Jean Carroll case is now in the hands of a New York jury, and the jury will decide just how much Donald Trump should be made to pay for his despicable, relentless, indeed unabated defamation of E. Jean Carroll. But before we turn to the new reporting, let me start with this. Virtually every court in every jurisdiction in the country has rules. Rules against disrupting the proceedings. And today, during closing arguments, when E. Jean Carroll's attorney was arguing to the jury that Donald Trump acts like the rules don't apply to him, you know what Donald Trump did at that moment in that courtroom? He jumped up and he stormed out of the courtroom, disrupting the proceedings and proving the exact point that E. Jean Carroll's attorney was arguing to the jury, that he acts, he behaves like the rules don't apply to him. Let's start with the new reporting. This from NBC News. Headline: Trump storms out of courtroom during closing arguments in E. Jean Carroll defamation damages trial. And that article begins, Donald Trump abruptly stormed out of court during closing arguments in the E. Jean Carroll damages trial Friday, as her attorney was telling jurors the former president is a liar who thinks the rules don't apply to him. Quote, the record will reflect that Mr. Trump just rose and walked out of the courtroom, U.S. District Judge Louis Kaplan said after the dramatic departure during lawyer Roberta Kaplan's presentation. Roberta Kaplan, who is not related to the judge, had told the jury that Trump spent the entire trial continuing to engage in defamation against Carroll by calling her sexual abuse allegations against him a con job. Ms. Carroll did not make it up. The sexual assault happened, and his denials were all complete lies, the lawyer said. After Trump walked out Friday, the lawyer told the jury he, Trump, thinks with his wealth and power he can treat Ms. Carroll however he wants and will suffer no consequences. Trump, who's called Carroll sick and a whack job, among other insults, quote, can't attack her just because he feels like it, attorney Kaplan said. In her argument, Roberta Kaplan urged the jury to hit him with a massive punitive damages award to stop him from continuing to defame Carroll, and pointed to testimony at his, Trump's, 2022 deposition where he bragged that his Mar-a-Lago estate was worth $1.5 billion and his Doral property was worth over $2 billion. The attorney, Roberta Kaplan, noted that Trump has testified that he's worth billions of dollars. He could pay $1 million a day for 10 years and still have money in the bank, she said. He doesn't care about the law or truth, but he does care about money. And your decision on punitive damages is the only hope that he stops, Kaplan said, asking the jury to make him pay lots and lots of money. Okay, friends, speaking of lots and lots of money, something just happened as I was recording this video. You can probably guess what that something is. the New York jury returned its verdict, and it has awarded money damages to be paid by Donald Trump to E. Jean Carroll in excess of $83 million. Let's go right to the new reporting. Here's the headline from CNN. Jury awards E. Jean Carroll $83.3 million from Trump for 2019 defamatory statements. And that article begins, former President Donald Trump should pay $83.3 million to writer E. Jean Carroll for public statements he made in 2019 disparaging Carrol and denying her rape allegations, a Manhattan federal jury determined Friday. The jury found Trump should pay Carrol compensatory damages of $18.3 million, $11 million to fund a reputational repair campaign, and $7.3 million for the emotional harm caused by Trump's 2019 public statements. Trump should also pay $65 million in punitive damages for acting maliciously in making the statements about Carrol, the jury found. The total is more than 8 times what Carrol asked for in her initial lawsuit. Last May, a separate Manhattan federal jury awarded Carrol a total of $5 million in damages, including nearly $3 million for defamation, after they found that Trump sexually abused Carrol and then defamed her in 2022 for public statements he made disparaging her and denying the allegations. Well, friends, I think it's fair to say that, the Teflon is pretty much worn off. Teflon Don, Teflon Donald. But I want to finish up with this, friends, and it's something that continues to frustrate, indeed infuriate me, because it goes back to the danger that Donald Trump poses. The danger he poses to everyone who's involved in the endeavor of holding him accountable for his crimes, for his fraud, for his defamation, for his misconduct. And when I say everyone, it's the witnesses who may be called to testify against him. It's judges, it's prosecutors, it is the staff of the prosecutors and the judges, it's the jurors who sit in judgment of his wrongdoing. Here is what Judge Kaplan said to the jurors in the E. Jean Carroll case right before he dismissed them after they returned their verdict. Judge Lewis Kaplan thanked the jury for their service after the verdict was read. Judge Kaplan told the jurors they can speak publicly about serving on the jury, but cannot reveal the identity of any other juror. And then the judge told the jurors, quote, "My advice to you is that you never disclose that you were on this jury, and I won't say anything more about it," he added. So everyone else, everyone involved in the endeavor of holding Donald Trump accountable for his crimes, for his wrongdoing, for his fraud, for his defamation, everyone else has to adjust their behavior, conceal their identity, rather than simply holding Donald Trump accountable for the danger he presents to the community, to the witnesses, to the judges and their staff, to the prosecutors, to the jurors who hold him accountable, and to the American people. Indeed, to the very well-being of our democracy. Everybody else has to adjust. But Donald Trump, even though he's on release in 4 felony cases, and even though the law provides that if you're on release in a criminal case and you pose a danger to even one member of the community, and the prosecutors have clear and convincing evidence that you pose a danger, the law provides you are to be detained pending trial. I hope the institutions of government wake up in time and do what the law provides. Don't sacrifice everyone else in the nation to Donald Trump's danger. Do what the law allows. Detain him pending trial. Revoke his pretrial release, and let's get this justice show on the road. because justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.